I'm Adebola, founder of RecycleGarb. RecycleGarb has been in operation since 2018, officially 2018, and then we do waste recovery. Now, the purpose of us pitching today is because we are now transiting into the next future milestone of RecycleGarb. Next slide. And so we know that Nigeria has a population of over 220 million people, and then what that means is that we have more waste in the country. And then when it comes to waste we have over 2.5 million tons of waste is generated, and less than 15% is recovered for recycling. And so what that means is that the few percentage that is recovered for waste, for recycling, and then about 75% or even sometimes 80% is left in the market. So this is where we come in to address several problems when it comes to waste recycling. So move yes, move to the next slide. Move to the next slide. Okay, so our journey, so we established in 2018, and we've collected several tons of waste, and then we've had a revenue of $380,000 since 2018, and currently our total staff is about 81, and out of those 81 we have more women. About 60% of them are women that sort this waste and all that. And then our waste suppliers, about 1,500 plus. This includes women from dump sites everywhere. And then we conduct our Waste for School programs. Waste for School is a program where children pay school fees with their plastic waste, and then we organize market sensitization. We've done 11 cleanups. And then Eco Credit is basically a program where we search out for underserved female petty traders, give them loans, micro loans, and then they pay back with plastic waste. So they don't have to pay back with any interest or cash. And so what this means is that, so when it comes to the problem is basically to ensure that we can recover as much plastic waste of the environment, giving it value both for the community, directly for the community, and convert it into a new product. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yeah. So in 2022, so now I'm talking about our transition. In 2022, the research says that about 4.9 billion naira, $4.9 billion of plastic product was imported, transacted. And so estimation says that by 2020 it will grow by 15%. And what I'm saying is that these plastic waste that are considered waste, I mentioned something earlier that we have foreign nationals that are taking them off the country. And so what we want to do is to ensure that our resources stays in the country, even though it is waste, but it is not waste, it is a form of raw material. So we want to be able to take this plastic waste and convert them. No longer that we are just recovering and compressing and then selling them off to foreign national. We want to be able to convert them into household plastic products that are used here every day. And then we know that, like I said, less than 20% is recycled. And so the potential current market insight is that when it comes for plastic waste here, especially here in the southwest Nigeria, we have a strong demand and commitment for plastic households. Next slide. So next slide, please. So for packaging material, so we are now transitioning into manufacturing rather than just recovering of plastic waste. We want to be considered as a recycling company, and that is where recycling of this plastic waste, recycling them back into plastic products. Next slide, please. Next slide. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay. Yes. Okay. So I think you've jumped the stories. The stories and pictures. they're important. So oh, okay. So I think I was out. Okay, so our competitive advantage. So for RecycleGarb, we have been in existence. Okay, so for RecycleGarb, we have been in existence, operating since officially since 2018, and so we've been consistent. We've been our tenacity is just top notch. We've worked with over 1,500 suppliers. So we have these people, waste suppliers that bring these supplies this plastic waste to us. Not just bringing the plastic waste, but as well they earn income, they provide for their family. Now our stories in picture is just very few of some of the things we do. So we organize recycle education. So the waste for school program is where we identify students that are from low income communities. They find it difficult to pay their school fees. So we partner with the schools, and then the school identify the student that are having difficulties in paying school fee. They bring their plastic waste to the school. We pay the school on behalf of the student for their school fees. And so it's a win-win for this party. The school involved, they get their fees. The students involved, they get to stay in school. And then RecycleGarb, we get to keep our our plastic waste. And then, but most importantly, we have the eco credit. The eco credits are like, if you see some of these women, the eco credits is a program that is dedicated to female petty traders. So they get loans for their business to stock up their goods, and they pay with plastic waste. So it's basically us identify several problems in the environment in our society, and combining these problems together to create a solution, or to make solution out of this problem. So one of our slogan is basically no waste is away, meaning that there is no such thing as waste. Waste is considered, resources. Next slide, please. So we've organized, we've done cleanups, we have more pictures. So our market insight, okay, I think we have talked about it. So what we want to do, so what we are currently doing now is to we are in our transition stage. Now recycling into products, no longer that we are pre-processing, where we are just baling and crushing into flakes. We want to be able to now go into manufacturing, recycling of this plastic product. Now you may think that, oh, this plastic product, why are you creating that plastic? But the thing is, the nature of our country, we cannot do without using plastic product. And now how we do things here is quite different from how it's done in your country, because every day there's a use of a plastic bucket, a plastic water bottle, there's a use of plastic food flags for kids for school, there is a use of plastic, everything, we do everything plastic. But the difference is that these plastics are not single use, they are used every day. So this is what we'll be going into. And so our business model is that we will be producing this plastic, and then we've done market research where we've gotten a waiting list of buyers, distributors that would be willing to pick up this material product from us, rather than buying from foreign nationals that are producing this. So it's a win-win. We already have the raw materials, we already have the experience, the knowledge, we already have the market advantage to sell this product. And then so you'll be amazed that our transition is, so based on our budget, it's currently the ideal or even the minimum amount of revenue that we'll be generating every day, daily, will be over $3,000 every day over $3,000. Now, it's not just for profit. We are a social enterprise, because now I'm talking about the number. We are a social enterprise because when we start producing now, what this means is that we'll be able to accommodate more women, especially for our waste for school program, for kids to stay in school, and also for eco credit, for women to be able to get more funding for their business. Because ordinarily these are women that do not have documentation. They can't go into commercial bank, they can't go into banks because they lack documentations, they lack guarantors. A bank will tell you to bring in guarantor, bring in this collateral and all that, but there is a waste that they can leverage on to get access to micro loans for their business. And then what that means, that once they get micro loans for their business, it will definitely have a positive impact on their in their family, definitely. So we are seeking for a funding of $350,000, and then what we'll be doing with it is we will be upscaling our operations, getting more machines to be able to produce these materials, for our community project, we'll be using some of this funding to ensure that we absorb more women in the program. And by absorbing more women in the program, we will be able to, get more materials to produce out. So it's basically like now we are now going into recycling raw materials, producing and raw materials. So it's basically a full circle economy now. This is why we are requesting for a funding of 350,000 naira to be able to fully operate and also help our community, especially the women, female, particularly rural women, and then the underserved children. Thank you.